And we continue to follow breaking news out of New York right now. This is where a judge had just ruled that protesters can return to Zuccotti Park, but cannot camp out there. RT's Marina Portnaya has been following this story. She joins us now from our studio in New York with the latest. Marina, what is the latest out of New York?
Well, Liz, this is probably being perceived as a significant blow to the Occupy Wall Street movement. I was down there all day. I spent about at least 5 hours down there in the aftermath of the police raid, and I can tell you that the Occupy activists, the supporters, they really genuinely believe that the judge was ultimately going to rule on their behalf and that they would be allowed back into the park with their tents, with their tarps, with their sleeping bags. They really thought that that would be the ultimate conclusion, and as we found out within the past half hour and as we are reporting, a judge delivered a final ruling against the Occupy protesters in terms of the fact that they are no longer allowed to bring their property in there to set up camp there, and this is a sort of a position New York City took. New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg put his foot down and said that this park will no longer be used as a campground. And when this happened, after it was evacuated, after the raid took place and 200 people were arrested, many injured, the camp, ironically, the park has been occupied for the past 10 hours, if not more, by police officers. This scene has literally been turned upside down. There's barricades all around Zuccotti Park to keep the protesters out, and inside the clean park are dozens of protesters dressed in riot gear and also what we believe are private security officials. I was asking them, they were wearing orange vests, and I was asking them who they were with sanitation, and they wouldn't answer me. It is believed that they're a private security firm hired by the property owners. But what this means for the movement and for the activists is that when they return to Zuccotti Park, it's going to be extremely uncomfortable. It's not going to be the community that they have grown used to for the past 8 weeks. There's not going to be tents to protect them from the cold winds that will soon be approaching New York City this winter. The sleeping bags won't protect them. The tarps won't keep them hidden from pouring rain or snow. It is going to make the occupation extremely difficult for them, and that's what the activists believe that ultimately New York City officials want to do. They want to, Occupy activists believe that this is purposefully being done to break apart their growing movement, that New York City Michael Bloomberg wants to make the area so inconvenient for them that they will just give up. But those that I spoke with say that each time the cops come down on them, each time they believe that there's a case of police brutality, it just gives them more inspiration. Occupy activists say they receive more support, and they believe that come Thursday, when they officially mark their 2-month anniversary of the Occupy movement, that there's going to be bigger demonstrations and louder demonstrations. And we should remind our viewers that one of the demonstrations includes the efforts of Occupy Wall Street to attempt to shut down the New York Stock Exchange. Clearly, that is not an activity that will go unnoticed. So we can expect that the story is not over, but clearly the story is changing now that the environment of the Occupy Wall Street protesters, the headquarters down by Wall Street, has been rearranged.
And Marina, we are just getting this news that the judge is not allowing them back into to Zuccotti Park. What kind of response are you getting? Is there a sense that protesters are going to comply with that order, or are they going to try to reoccupy Zuccotti Park?
You're getting news that they're not allowed back in the park at all, Liz?
That the judge sent that order that ordering them
with
that
the tents,
with
right?
the tents. I mean, is there? Yeah, exactly. Is there? Sorry about that confusion. Is there a sense that they will comply with that, or will they continue to try to occupy that area with their tents?
You know, I asked that question to one person in particular because he was already convinced that the judge was going to rule in favor, or had ruled in favor already, of the Occupy movement. And I said, well, listen, nothing has been confirmed yet. What if the judge does not side with the protesters? What if the judge sides with New York City and you are not allowed to return with tents and sleeping bags and tarps? What will you do then? He goes, we'll find a way to get them back in. We will find a way to get them back in because this is a public park and we should be allowed to demonstrate however we want to. So I do think there will be some people that will try to set up camp the way it has been for the past 8 weeks, but they will be met with opposition by uniformed personnel.
Well, it will be interesting to see how this all plays out. That was RT correspondent Marina Portanaya with the latest.